Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we're doing the off-season recap for the Detroit Pistons. We'll be talking about what we think they need to do this off-season to really go ahead or what they did this off-season and to go ahead to look into next year. So in a week or so, we'll do the season preview. To recap, we're recapping the off-season of the Detroit Pistons. Hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into it. So, Cade, first off, there was a report today saying that teams are obviously interested in Isaiah Stewart. We've known that. They like the value they gave him, and they think like a lot of contending teams want him. That was the rumor mill today that we saw, and that supposedly the Pistons are not sold on Jaden Ivey in terms of an extension. And look, my whole thing is I like Jaden Ivey, and Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Malik Beasley, Tobias Harris, Jalen Duren's probably going to be the lineup. Maybe Simone Fontecchio instead of Malik Beasley or Thompson at the wing spot. But what I like Jaden Ivey. I do believe Jaden Ivey was always a combo guard with point guard like skills, that if the 3-point shot did not develop, we needed to develop him as a point guard. But if the 3-point shot did develop, he was going to be able to play the 2 and be a 2-1. And over the past 2 seasons, he's been about a league average or just a below league average 3-point shooter at 34%. And this past season, his assists went down. Technically, his numbers went down, but I also blame Monty Williams for that. So the jury's out there. I like Ron Holland as a prospect. I do think it's weird that you both now have Asar Thompson and Ron Holland, both defensive-minded guys. How are you going to get the minutes there? You also brought in a bunch of veterans, which I thought was good. And that's with, obviously they got rid of Monty Williams, and they brought in JB Bickerstaff. And I like that they brought in Trajan Langdon from New Orleans. I like Paul Reed. I like Jalen Duren. I think Wendell Moore, Bobi Klintman, Daniss Jenkins was awesome at Portsmouth. Talked to him, nice kid. Marcus Sasser is awesome. Simone Fontecchio is good value. I think they have a lot of good value on here. Cade's going to be, I really think Cade's a guy who's just going to go supernova this year. But I think the biggest thing for me when we look at this situation is what is the direction we're going here? Are we trying to go for the play-in? I think the biggest thing that happened was them being able to look at, they had the worst record, 14-68, 14 wins, 68 losses, 27th in offensive efficiency, and they were 26 in three-point shooting. This team has a bunch of shooting. I showed it to you there, and I can show it to you again. Right now, everyone who can shoot, Malik Beasley, Tobias Harris, Simone Fontecchio. We'll throw Isaiah Stewart in there. Tim Hardaway Jr. That's like 5 guys. And then you throw in Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey, Marcus Sasser, if you want to, like, willing 3-point shooters. So you have like 8 dudes who are going to go in there and really put shots up. So I think that was a huge thing. And bringing back Fontecchio, and getting Beasley and Harris, and Tim Hardaway isn't expiring, but re-signing or extending Cade Cunningham to the 5-year, $224 million deal was something that had to happen. And it's just good, especially for Pistons fans. I think there's a direction for this team for the first time in a long time, which I think anyone who's been following the Pistons will say that this team didn't have a direction for what seemed as if the longest period of time. But now it really does look like they're trying to do their best, as well as they reached the minimum salary floor, which is 90% of the salary cap, and when they claimed Paul Reed off for waivers, but they still have $14 million of cap space and $8 million in their mid-level exception. Now, obviously, I think this is a team that's not competing for a playoff spot. Maybe if everything goes well, they go for a play-in, but I think they're a team that instead of being at the top of the lottery, they'll be in the back end of the lottery. And having a new person running the basketball operation, bringing in a coach who's rebuilt the team before, and surrounding Cade Cunningham with shooting and players, especially with a team that was in last in catch and shoot 3-pointers and 26th and 4th worst in 3-point percentage in general. I think it's big that those were the 2 of the moves that they did. I think it's something that they had to do, and it goes to show the commitment that they are. Now, if Tom Gorsh just stops meddling with the front office and just lets them do what needs to be done, maybe it can, in a year or 2, we can talk about playoffs. But I do believe that this is a solid team. Also, yes, they I like this team. I just feel happy that Cade isn't going to be here sinking anymore. Like, I'm really telling you, people don't realize that for what seemed as if the longest of time, they would just flounder around Cade. And I was really hoping that Cade was not going to be somebody who was going to have his time wasted, which seemingly is not looking like it's going to be the case, which I'm happy about. But it does get you irate that, like, all right, this is a team that needs to be. They just wasted the first 4 years of his career, and I really do believe that if they can prioritize the 3-point shooting, I do think they can be a team that surprises people if Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren take the jumps that need to be taken. I know that's a tall task that I'd be asking for them to do if they were to do it. So that's why I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, that's what's going to happen, because I know that's just while I think I don't know. I think it's fun, and I'm enjoying how this offseason went because it's a change of pace. So I want to hear your guys' opinions in the comment section. What do you guys expect from this team, and are you guys on the same page as me? Do you guys agree that they're going to be a fun one to watch, because I do believe they're going to be able to win more games? What are the projected win totals? Pistons projected wins. Let's see if we go right here. They are currently projected to be at 24.5 games. If we look at the NBA standings from last year, Cooper Flag obviously is a better prospect to tank for than Alex Sarr and Zachary Ricochet. So you'd assume that maybe a few more players in the tanking. So if they had won 24 games last year, they would have been viewed as the Toronto Raptors, and they would have won more games than the Spurs, almost the same as the Grizzlies. So again, closer to 10. And I think that's good if they can get themselves into a position like that, because it changes everything. So I want to hear your guys' opinions in the comment section. What do you guys expect this team to do, and why? I am excited. I think it'll be fun to see with how this season will progress as we go with the new veteran help that has joined the Pistons. Will it be enough to improve the 3-point shooting and to give enough of a sporting cast around Cade Cunningham for this team to look competent? And will the defense be able to, keep games close? I think those are the biggest questions that we need to figure out, and then we can move forward and say that they're doing stuff in the right direction. Till then, still a question mark.